little boys or men, guys? There's a big difference between the two, okay? Little boys generally tend to be contemptuous, hot-headed, arrogant pieces of garbage that don't clap behind themselves, they smell bad, and they are just generally disrespectful to all people, like anybody, it doesn't matter. Whereas men are actually respectable, non-contemptible, not hotheads, groomed, smell fresh, and just generally they are assets to the world, guys. Which are you? Okay. Little boy or man? Hopefully this video will help you to decide which category you place, and if you dig that sort of thing, guys, go ahead and drop me some of these, help the algorithm know that we exist, that we're conversing, and push this stuff out to other people, and let's get going with number one. First reason to know whether or not you are a little boy is if you, well, actually, I guess it doesn't really count because you're, this is like all of us guys, lazy. If you're lazy, guys, I've said this before, if you're lazy, it's extremely, extremely unattractive on a guy because, guys, well, we're the ones that provide. We're the providers. We can't sit around and do nothing, okay? Whereas ladies, it's more acceptable for them to, just sit there and be dainty because that's what they are, right? They sit there and they're dainty and pretty, and if you're lazy, this is a telltale sign that you are a little boy and not a man, because you're not going around getting things done. You don't necessarily have to have a job. You don't have to be corporately employed, right? You got to move. You got to work. But you don't have to be corporately employed like to Walmart or some big corporation like that, guys. So long as you're moving and taking care of business and getting stuff done, you are a man and you're doing the right thing, guys. But do not sit around and be lazy. Reason number two, you're a little boy, guys, is that you're angry. You're just angry for everything and at everything. You're always blown up or having these big old, and you lose your head super easy, guys. Everything makes you mad. If everything makes you mad and upset to the point where you're just shouting and just being like you just lose your head, you go ape over everything, guys. This is very immature. If I'm going to be completely honest, this is very immature, and it means that you're a little boy because you haven't matured past the point of actually getting yourself in check and being somebody respectable, responsible, and reserved enough to be classified as a man. Reason number three that you're a little boy, guys, is that you don't clean up behind yourself. You're a slob, okay? Nobody likes a slob, okay? If you can't clean up behind yourself, if you can't use something and then wipe it up, or do something and then get it up right, you're every time you go to the bathroom, you're like leaving dribbles and nasty stuff all over the toilet seat. Is no good, okay? You can't do that. It's disgusting. It means you're a little boy. You won't clean up behind yourself, guys. You can't just have your mom or your wife or whatever coming behind you and cleaning up everything you do. It's not good. You can't do that. It's disgusting, frankly, and you're a little boy if you can't clean up behind yourself, because real men clean up behind themselves. Don't do your own laundry, guys. That's reason number four. You don't do your own laundry. If you're still doing your laundry and you're a fully grown, fully mature adult, then you're not a fully grown, fully mature adult, okay? Now, I'm not saying that there are not circumstances where, if you're the guy in the house and you're working and you're gone all the time, right? And she's taking care of house stuff, then, that's one thing. But if you're a guy just generally lazy and you just don't do your own laundry, no good. 5, you expect people to help you, guys. You can't really do anything alone, right? Everything you do, you expect somebody to come along and help you. I can't lift this stick, or I can't put this down, or I can't open the door, guys. It means you're lazy and you're just immature, because if you're expecting that every time you do something somebody's going to help up show up and help you out doing whatever it is, that's a no-go, guy. If you're a guy, you got to make sure that you can get what you need to get done with whatever it is that you're doing. Now, I'm not saying that you'll ever need help, and sometimes you got to call for help, or you got to call the bros or something, okay? But if you're just generally expecting that somebody is going to show up and help you do something every time, whether it's your wife, whether it's your brother, whether it's your something, whatever, no. Number 6, guys, is that you don't take responsibility. Any and everything that happens to you happens because somebody else did it to you, or you just couldn't do anything, guys. It wasn't your fault. If only I had or if only this had it's none of that, guys. It's your fault. You got to take responsibility for things that you do, guys. Now, I'm not saying that nothing is a matter of circumstance. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying, guys, is that if everything that could ever go wrong is somebody else's fault, that's not true. It's your fault, and you're just not taking responsibility because you're a little boy and you're not a man. Number 8 is that you are disrespectful to everyone for no reason, guys. You are just disrespectful, guys. Disrespect is a big one. Okay, so I mentioned way earlier on in this channel, guys, that there is a code of conduct, a general way and manner that you are to operate, being a Christian guy, being a humble man, and being a man of great prestige and triumph as you are, guys. You're supposed to take pride in the way you act and the way that you compose yourself and conduct yourself, guys. One of the ways that you do that is by giving everybody due respect. Now, I'm not saying that there is not that person that doesn't deserve a certain level of respect, but there's a certain amount of due respect that is due everybody that you meet on the street. Hello, how are you doing? Yes, ma'am. No, sir. You know, just things like that. Things of that nature, guys. If you're just disrespectful for literally no reason, just because you're disrespectful, it means that you're immature and that you haven't reached a certain level of being and a plateau that you're supposed to be on if you're a man. And it means you're a little boy. And guys, I'd be remiss if I did not actually state it and address it. You don't know how to dress. You're uncoordinated. You just wake up and put on clothes, guys. Do not just wake up and put on clothes because it doesn't look good. You have to dress with purpose. You have to dress with design. Guys, here's what I say. Pick your suit out the day before if you can. Not a lot of us can. I know we're working a whole lot of hours. We're going back to back every day, guys. But if you can, pick an outfit before the day before, or even 3 days before if you can. It will help you out tremendously in terms of just what am I going to wear tomorrow? How am I going to look? How am I going to address myself right tomorrow? Or the day after, or even the day after, guys. But if you don't know how to dress, if you literally don't know how to wear clothes, learn, okay? If you're just waking up, putting on clothes, anything that's there, it's no good, it's a no-show, you're sloppy, and you should do something better. And this is a fundamental reason, guys, you stink. I keep saying, gentlemen, men, real men, will bathe and smell good. They'll use cologne, they'll use amber oud, they will bathe with body wash, and generally make themselves appealing and smell good. Whereas little boys, they don't care about that stuff, okay? They don't bother with bathing because they could be spending that time playing video games, or else being disrespectful, or else just doing who knows what that isn't really consequential whatsoever. But anyways, guys, they're not going to bathe. They're going to smell bad. If you smell bad, you need to do something about it because it means it's pointing to the fact that you might be a little boy. I think I messed the number thing up somewhere along the lines, guys. But anyway, but most certainly not last reason, guys, is that you don't care about God. And as bad as that sounds, guys, it's even worse than I could make it sound on this thing. And if I'm being completely honest, guys, if you don't care about God at all, then there's something wrong with you. Either you've been indoctrinated by somebody who's stupid and you've actually bought their lies, or else you've never actually looked into it for yourself, okay? Don't listen to the Christians, don't listen to the Buddhists, don't listen to anybody except me. Because I'm not going to steer you wrong, guys. Like, seriously, if you don't care about God, then you haven't searched him out for yourself, okay? Literally, all you got to do is look. If I'm being completely honest, it's easy. Like, none of this would exist. Like, the reality that we live in isn't actually what they say it's structured on, if that makes sense. Like, the world is a different place than what you've probably been taught that it is, okay? And that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to say I'm a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but, guys, you got to give him a try. Because as much as you may not think so, he's been in control the whole time, right? You say, well, then why did he let X, Y, and Z die, or whatever else that bad happened in my life? Why did it happen? Well, give him a try and see. Ask him. Well, there you have it, guys. A few reasons as to why you might be a little boy and not a man, and if these things apply to you, guys, please do something about it, because it is not good, and you need to grow up and be a man, because the day and age that we're living in, guys, it's crazy. We need men, not little boys. We don't need angry little blowhards that are just going to do anything. Lily-livered, nitty little frighty people that don't know their right hand from the left.